So in this vlog, I want to share some realizations on this tendency to anticipate things. And this often happens, at least in my mind, by imagining the worst case scenario. So the worst that can happen, I go and think about it, and then it kind of closes my options, and I get frightened by this imagination, and it takes a bit of time and even to practice not going into that, and to really slow down in a way of understanding that things don't have to play out as I see them in my mind. It's up to me to not make it happen, to see what I can kind of acknowledge that is happening in my mind, what I can see, what my fears are, and what I can basically direct in my reality and change and create differently. Because a lot of the things that happen in the mind is based on the past, on experiences, on things that I've seen or I've heard. So it's not even my life that I'm living. It's like a movie happening in my head, like an accumulation of all the information that exists in this world. So how can I be part of a solution if I keep copying what is happening in my mind? That is not a solution. That is the past, as if the mind is, I see it as the past, everything that I've seen and I've heard. And so if I want to change my future, my present, then I need to question what my mind shows me, the thoughts that I have, the images, the conversations. And this is really good because by questioning me, it's not going into self-doubt or self-distrust, but is actually realizing that I am responsible for what's happening in my mind, and I can change it. I can change my thoughts, even the emotions that happen inside of me, the conversations I have. And it's so cool because we have this mind talking every day. And if there's conversations that you might have with yourself, that is, in this case, anticipating things and making things harder than what they could be, then there's a problem. And so here's the tips on how to create solutions. So when you see your mind anticipating something, you kind of take it easy and see if it makes any sense, if it's just information that is there and just needs to be directed. And then you kind of make a plan of how you're going to make things differently, how you can prevent certain situations, and therefore you are creating your reality based on what is best for you and not based on fear or thinking about what can go wrong. So make it right by changing that pattern. So I've been noticing that. And the other thing is also taking one moment at a time, because I see that the mind is super fast. I mean, we have thoughts, we don't even know how fast they are, but they happen simultaneously. It can get really crazy, and especially when emotions like fear come on board, it can get really tricky. So if you take one step at a time and really slowing down and to analyzing, okay, what is here that I can do right now with what I have, instead of kind of jumping into this future that it may not even happen, it may not occur, you are creating it. So do not project yourself too in a long distance, because then it's just projecting your problems. But if you take one moment at a time, then you are basically creating that foundation to change the long term. So and the other thing I've noticed, like based on my experience, there have been thoughts that I had which were really like anticipating something not going well, and in the end of the day it didn't happen like that. So if I now look back, I see that I could have prevented so much stress in my life thus far by simply not believing in my mind straight away and realizing that there's a lot of information that we see, we hear, that is not supportive. So cool. I hope this helps. I'm also going to place some resources on the description, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.